Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Lewis.
And I'm Kyle Clark. Hundreds of people who had to evacuate their homes because of the quarry fire can now go back home as the Jeffco Sheriff's Office lifted all mandatory evacuations today.
The Sheriff's Office warned people's homes may look different when they get back. And as 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi shows us, it was a shock for some.
And this is the checkpoint that the Sheriff's Department has set up to filter those coming in and out.
After sleeping away from their houses for 7 nights, families who evacuated for the quarry fire couldn't wait to come home.
Let's pack the bag right now.
Angela and Eric Winger got to walk through their front door with their son Caleb.
My home is back.
All your comforts of home, you know, your bed, your kitchen.
They were reunited with the sentimental things they weren't sure if they'd ever see again.
His handprints, you know, when he was a baby, and our dog's footprints that has passed, and grandfather's clock.
Plus some unexpected smells.
The garbage, we didn't take the garbage out.
And unexpected sights.
This is our deck with all the fire retardant slurry on it. It's like a red-orange, like off the side of our shed.
The Wingers' home was close to the flames.
A quarter mile, they said.
We're happy that it's all still standing and still intact, and that bulldozer ring around our house, it's kind of our shield of protection.
The Wingers don't know how to clean up what's left behind, but they do know
Definitely helped save our house.
it's part of the reason they'll sleep in their own bed tonight.
Something that was necessary to protect what's most valuable.
Even in the middle of the mess, it's hard to describe how thankful they are for all of the first responders' hard work.
Gosh, it's like, how do you even put that into words?
So their 11-year-old son will show the family's gratitude instead with a lucky quarter that some might argue is also irreplaceable.
Very happy, relieved. Our home is saved. You know, we're all safe. Our house is safe. Our property is safe. So we're very happy to be back home, of course.
Lauren Scafidi reporting. The Sheriff's Office says if you have slurry on your property, you can use detergent to scrub it off, and then you can rinse it with water. Now, if you're concerned about your well water, the Sheriff's Office says most of that system is underground and it shouldn't be affected.
More people evacuated due to the Alexander Mountain fire can now go home as well. More evacuation orders were lifted today. That fire west of Loveland is now 83% contained. It's burned more than 9,600 acres, destroyed 26 homes. With rain in the forecast, the county is now concerned about flash flooding in the burn area.
We have sensors in place so we can determine how much rainfall is hitting the area, and those will be continuing to be monitored not only by the local offices, the Sheriff's Office and the county, but also by the Weather Service Office. And of course, the Weather Service Office will be issuing any kind of flash flood warnings that they may see coming along, so those will be watched very closely.
County will be filling up thousands of sandbags and giving them out on Saturday. They have not yet announced a location.
After a little rain, we were treated to a beautiful rainbow over Denver today. Pretty sight to see. We expect to see more rain tomorrow. And Kathy, it could also be the last day in the 90s for the next week. Please tell us more.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I love how that bird was kind of looking over the city with that glorious rainbow. Actually, we just had another weak rain shower pass through Denver, delayed the Rockies game for a little bit. They're playing again, and they're winning against the Mets, by the way. They're up 5-3. And the city right now, the roads are damp, but the rain has come to an end. There's a little thunder and lightning to the south. And yep, as Alex mentioned, I mean, Wednesday could be the last 90-degree day that we'll see for maybe a week. And we have had record high temperatures, triple-digit high temperatures for several weeks now. So cooler weather is coming and more rain in the forecast. We're tracking those scattered showers tonight, as a matter of fact, and one cell up in Weld County outside of Briggsdale may have a little hail in it along with wind. So this cell will remain severe as it tracks south and southeast between now and about 9:30. Showers passing to the south of Denver. It's a little thunder and lightning off in the distance and a bit of wind as well. Scattered showers through Cherry Hills Village and Highlands Ranch into areas around Castle Rock, Castle Pines, and Parker. And there's also a flood advisory until 10 o'clock for northwestern Elbert County. They've had upwards of 1 to 3 inches of rain around Elizabeth and Kiowa. So these areas are seeing some county road flooding. Comfortable temperatures out there this afternoon and evening. We're now in the low 70s after a high of 95. Wait to see the temperatures in the extended forecast. I'll have that coming up.
A mental health agency in Larimer County laid off more than 10% of their staff with just a day's notice. 9 News reporter Ria Jha joins us now. And Ria, this comes after changes to Medicaid funding within the last month.
Right. The CEO of Summit Stone Health Partners said today they are just the latest mental health agency to do layoffs after Medicaid changed the new rates of service July 1st. Former employees say they're worried about the way these layoffs were done and the impact on their patients.
We were all laid off by Summit Stone.
5 former employees.
With no severance, with no warning, very out of line with the company that we thought we worked for.
Among 75 at Summit Stone Health Partners who were abruptly laid off.
Our clients are all Medicaid clients.
It was a way for me to give back to the most vulnerable, at-risk human beings.
It met them where they're at. It gave them dignity and respect.
On August 1st, they got the memo.
I was assured it wasn't performance-based, it wasn't disciplinary-based, it was strictly budget.
We kept asking for explanations and kept asking questions. And
then I turned in my stuff and then I was done.
We laid off 3 directors, 8 managers, 7 supervisors, 7 prescribers, 50 staff. So it was across the board.
Michael Allen is the CEO of Summit Stone Health Partners. He told 9 News the company decided on layoffs after a change in Medicaid funding hit their bottom line.
It's very different than we've ever been paid in the past. So as we got our rates at the end of June, right before the beginning of the fiscal year, we did financial analysis and realized that we needed to cut several $million from our budget.
Allen says they made budget cuts elsewhere before turning to layoffs.
The reason we did this is so we can continue to be in our community and sustainable. We will be financially stronger after this. It's really tough. This is not something we ever wanted to do.
Former employees say they'll be fine, but they're worried about their patients.
To me, that's completely unacceptable and unethical. To not have some kind of transition of care plan in place for our most vulnerable human beings.
The CEO said the new Medicaid rates are a statewide issue, so he expects more facilities could resort to layoffs in order to stay afloat. In the newsroom, Ria Jha, 9 News.
Well, Italian restaurant BuDeppo has filed for bankruptcy. The company has closed several restaurants in recent weeks, including a location near Flatiron Crossing in Broomfield. Today, the chain said it also plans to restructure 44 locations. The company blamed rising costs and hiring difficulty, according to court papers filed in U.S. bankruptcy court.
Wall Street rebounded today after a rough start to the week. Dow shot up 294 points, and the S&P and Nasdaq both gained a percentage point. All 11 sectors on that benchmark index increased today, with large gains in real estate and the communications services. Today's bump was a welcome sight after Wall Street marked its worst day in 2 years on Monday.